And thank you, Sonar. How about that, Dave? And I tell you what, this is the Spiece Fieldhouse, but it's now the jungle, baby, because it's playoff hockey. Tomorrow night's Game 4, Komets and Cyclones, and we are excited to be joined by the Komets captain, Anthony Petruzzelli. And Anthony, thanks for making time. Man, we love the playoff hockey. Talk a little bit about the series, man. We've totally enjoyed the physicality and the hockey so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a lot of back and forth hockey, and it's a very physical series.
Big time.
We got out to that early 3-0 lead in Game 1, and Cincinnati, they're a good team. So I mean, you got to play all the way through to the end of the whistle.
I know they've been good the whole season, but I mean, I'm watching on my phone. I'm like, tell my wife, I go, they're winning 3-0, man. We got this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, and I mean, they're a team that's going to battle through to the end, and unfortunately, we came up on the wrong side of it, and
are they a more mature team?
Yeah, they got a fairly older team.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, it's been a great series though, and so going down 2-0 in the series, but coming back home.
And when you're in the jungle, I mean, it's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to play at home when you get those fans behind you. You know, they're always cheering and going nuts for you. So it was a big performance we put on the other night.
Yeah, I hope that goes on Friday and Sunday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue, go back to Cincinnati 3-2.
That'd be huge, man. It's just so exciting to watch the playoff hockey. And I'll tell you what, Anthony, you grew up in Washington. Reading your bio, I was impressed. At 16, you left home to go play junior hockey. Talk about how hard that was and that experience.
Well, yeah, it teaches you to grow up a little bit. And, just playing hockey in Washington State growing up, hockey was never really a big sport. So if you wanted to grow your game and
Really?
expand,
It's not a big sport there?
No, we actually just got the Seattle Kraken 2 years ago. So it really took off then. And, now kids, they have the opportunity to stay around and, play that junior hockey. But for me, I had to travel to Helena, Montana, and got to go live with a host family there, and pretty much, learn to be a big boy right away at 16. And you'd have to cook a few of your own meals and learn to fend for yourself a bit.
Now talk about the host family. I mean, we have a kid here from Leo High School, Matt Miller. We talked to earlier. You said you skated with him a few. Followed the same suit as you. Graduated early from Leo. Then he heads out to Nebraska. What's that like, taking on a family?
I mean, it's kind of weird because obviously you're going into a new household. It's different rules, and they have different expectations of you. And for me personally,
and their rules are final, right?
Yeah, for me, it's always my parents. They taught me hey, whatever they say, it goes. You may not like it, but tough shit. You're in their house, you're going to deal with it. So again, that's one of those things that just teaches you to grow up and just accept things and learn how to deal with them.
Now, does the host family, do they do that year after year continually and have kids come in? Is that something that's ongoing with the host family?
Yeah. There is a few that will, obviously circumstances change, and they'll have kids that are getting a little older, so they won't have the time or the space. But yeah, no, year after year, generally it is the same families hosting kids. So like when I was in Alberta, my billet family I had then, they're still hosting kids.
Wow, that's interesting.
And by the way, we have that here with the Tin Caps also.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of host families that help these kids out.
Now, you talked about, growing up in Washington. When did you get interested in hockey as a youth? And when was that moment where you thought, you know what, I'm pretty good at this. I got this hockey thing.
Yeah, well, I kind of took off skating at about age 3. My dad put me on skates at a very young age.
3, Dave. Wow.
That's how they get to where they're at.
Wow. Yeah. 3 years old, man.
You don't start hockey when you're 7, 8 like they do here.
Yeah.
They're on skates early.
Yeah, no. So I started skating about 3, had a stick in my hand about 3.5, 4, doing the whole learn to play. And, I just kind of started liking it. My dad always tells me I was actually terrible my first year playing hockey. I could barely stand up on my skates, and he was one who was like, I don't know if I can continue to coach this. But after year 2 and then into year 3, I finally something clicked, and I seemed to start exceeding my age group and everything. So I think it was just more the fact starting early. But yeah, my dad was the one who got me into it. He's a Midwest guy. He was born in Chicago and grew up there.
So that's why you like the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Yep.
Through Dad.
Yeah, through my dad, just liking the Blackhawks. But now I'm a Seattle Kraken fan. So
okay.
So junior hockey, You excel. Here comes the colleges. Wow. You go to Vermont. Tell us a little bit about that, how you worked through your scholarship offers, and how you ended up at Vermont.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, for me, I was lucky enough to have a good junior career, and the offers came kind of coming in all at once. And
wow,
there was about a 2-week period where you're just getting all these messages and phone calls and trying to sort through it. You have anything, whether it's a full ride to a certain school or a little bit less money to go here, and different offers and stipulations. But at the end of the day, for me, I was worried about growing my own game and playing in a competitive environment. So for me to choose the University of Vermont, it was based upon the fact that playing in Hockey East, you get to play against Boston College, Boston University.
Yeah, I mean,
the cream of the crop.
It's like Minnesota, Notre Dame. What is it, North Dakota?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a top school to go to play hockey.
Yeah.
Now, when you made that choice, Anthony, did you have a youth coach or a mentor who kind of helped you navigate that choice, or that was something that you really felt strongly about yourself?
Oh, I mean, it was a talk between my junior coach, my family, and myself, and so it wasn't. We didn't really have agents at that point in our time and our life, and so worked through that, and took the pros, the cons, and ultimately ended up on the University of Vermont. Thought it was going to be the best offer and the best opportunity for me to grow.
So being at 5'9", I take it you're pretty fast.
Yeah, I could I could get around the ice. I still like to think I can.
No fighting for you.
There's usually about one a year.
One a year.
I try to stay away from it as much as possible. You got bigger guys to take care of it, but obviously there's a few points where you just have to do it.
Yeah.
At Vermont, what were some of the great moments? Some of the big games you played in, and what were some of those great moments for you in college?
Well, one of the really cool moments for me, looking back on it, was playing against Boston University at our home arena. It's called the Gutterson Fieldhouse. It's one of the most historic arenas in college hockey. Big wooden building. It's sold out every night, and getting to play against Boston College when Jack Eichel was there. He was obviously a highly touted prospect. It was him and McDavid coming up, and just getting to play in that environment. Chasing him around and trying to give him what I thought of him, and so I mean, he ultimately he won that battle. But no, it was it's cool moments like that, and then also a few times, like for my freshman year, we got to go play at the Boston Garden for the Hockey East Championships, and so I mean, there's about 13,000 people in that building, just making an electric atmosphere, playing that college hockey. It's an awesome environment.
It's an electric atmosphere at Spiece tonight.
I'll tell you what, man, it's draft night. They're all fired up. We got the first live stream of the draft coming up. But Anthony, what was it like, man, when you signed that contract to play professional hockey, man? What was that moment like for you?
It was a little bit scary because our hockey season had ended at about, I think it was end of February at University of Vermont, and I was sitting around just waiting for something to come through, and it was, a week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks goes by, nothing. 3 weeks goes by, maybe we'll need you. 4 weeks goes by, and they're finally like, I don't know that we're gonna hold off. And finally, Fort Wayne, Gary Graham at the time called me at about 11 o'clock at night and said, "Hey, if you can get to Indianapolis tomorrow by 7 o'clock, I'll let you play." So I mean, I went into
oh my gosh,
yeah, I went into a full panic because I thought there was nothing going on there. Like me and my now wife, but girlfriend at the time, we were sitting down on the couch. Like I was like, I got nothing going on. We'll get a couple beers. I'll have I'll have a cheeseburger, and so I got a little nervous when it's 11 o'clock, and I find out my flight's at 6 a.m. to fly into Indianapolis. So.
Wow, what a story, Dave.
Yeah, so it was it was an awesome experience. So,
incredible.
Obviously you say screw it.
Gary Graham calls, "Hey, I need you in Indianapolis."
Yeah.
And you're going to start.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So you get there and you start the first game?
Yeah, get to Indianapolis, and we from what I remember, actually I think we lost 5-1. It was not a great game overall, but
sure.
No, it was a cool experience. So I mean,
So take us back, man. You get there, you put the pads on. Professional
hockey.
Did you
know anybody on the team?
I mean, professional hockey, brother. Here you are, man.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I did not know a single person in the room.
Wow.
And, I mean, you just kind of I showed up at the hotel about 3 o'clock, and the bus was at 4:30. I'm getting on the bus with my I'm holding my hockey bag, my suitcase, and introducing myself to 20 guys all at once, and rolling in that arena. I didn't know what to expect, and you get in there, you see that jersey with your name on it. Just
wow.
Everything just kind of everything takes care of itself from there on out, and you put the pads on and you get out there and you do your thing.
That is a crazy story.
It's an awesome story. We had your coach Ben Boudreau on, who just shared awesome stories. We're going to put that Ben Boudreau interview back out, Sonar, because those stories were fantastic. But that's another fantastic.
What's it like playing for him?
Yeah, he's awesome. He was the assistant coach when I first got here, so
right.
To kind of see how we've both grown and developed over the years, it's been kind of a fun ride.
You guys have the same game, don't you?
What's that?
Don't you and Ben have the same game? Smaller guy, speed.
I think he might have a little bit better stick handling than I do. If you ever catch him out at Thursday night men's league, you can see him doing all the flashy stuff. But
by the way, he was in a rush to get to that game, his own personal game. Hey, I got to go.
I know he was. He was excited for that, man. But you've got the reputation as an Iron Man here, playing for the Komets. Talk to us a little bit about that, Dave. You can kind of talk about the streak that
By
he
the
has.
way, I take it Anthony isn't too much of a baseball guy. I brought up to Lou. I go, "You're Mr. Lou Gehrig." He goes, "What's that?" I go, "You're Iron Man."
That's the Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I mean,
playing that many games straight, and for you, matches straight. Talk a little bit about that and the toughness you have to have, but also the ability to work through injuries.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think ultimately at the end of the day, as a professional athlete, a hockey player, and just the way I was, raised, it's I don't play hockey to want to sit in the stands.
Yeah.
I played hockey to play hockey games, so the fact that I've been able to play so many in a row, it's been kind of an honor a little bit. The coaches believing in me, the staff.
And that's why he's the captain.
Yeah, and so, but obviously there is a few times where you're getting a little bit banged up, and
I was told a year ago, was it? I can't tell you exactly, but a year and a half ago, well, it might have been during the pandemic, you got hurt pretty bad. And my buddy was telling me, he goes, "Oh, I don't think he wasn't going to be out there the next day." And he goes, there he was.
Yeah. I mean, the injuries are a part of the game. It happens. It's a fast-moving sport. It's a hard-hitting game. And there's been a few times where it's a lot of aches and pains, but at this point in our careers, you just got to be able to manage that. And obviously, it hurts a little bit skating up the ice sometimes, but that's all right. I work around it and just keep pushing through. So I mean, when I was raised, I always remember, my mom and dad every time. Yeah, there's no crying in hockey. So get back up and you better get moving.
What did it mean to you to be chosen as the captain for the Komets? Such a fantastic franchise, so much heritage here for all of us in the 260. What did it mean to you, Anthony, to be picked as the captain?
Yeah, it was an honor. I mean, knowing that there's over 70-plus years of history here in Fort Wayne, and it's just it was an unbelievable feeling. And the fact that they were able to choose me and believed in me to help try and lead this team, and it was a huge honor. So I mean, if I can continue to do that role and be that leader for the young kids growing up and try and show them the way of Comet hockey, it's very special to me.
But what is it like coming out of the tunnel? Especially on a big night, let's say 9,000's there, and the place is rocking. What is it like?
Well, I mean, at this point, it just feels like home for me. But you walk out that door and onto the ice, and there's a few nights they get like the orange glow sticks going, the horns going, and it's a really special place to be. You don't get this in a lot of places in minor pro sports. So to be able to do this every night, and it's a huge honor. And I mean, you'll get the chills every night. Every time it's opening night, the building's packed. It's just the hairs will stand up on your arm, and but it's they're on your side, so it's exciting.
What's it like with the two old ladies, Fitzy and Skylar?
Oh, God. Well, I mean, they're usually complaining about something to each other. Or actually, I mean, usually they're complaining about each other, I should say.
Mitch Meinholz told me, he goes, "Man, we should just do a show on them." He goes, "Because they just bitch at each other left and right."
Yeah.
He goes, "But it's like nothing. They're friends."
Yeah. No, it's just like two brothers going at it. I mean, they love each other to the end of the earth. But, yeah, it's always, Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? I'm drinking coffee. Leave me alone, kind of thing, you know.
But they are their job that they do for you guys. I mean, they do a lot for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize the amount of work that like the equipment guys do. I mean,
oh yeah,
they're there 3 hours before us on game days. You know, practices.
After.
Yeah, practices. They're the first ones in there, last ones out. We get in late on trips, like we're going to Wheeling. We'll get in there at 3 a.m. in the morning, unpack the bags. They're up at 7 a.m. back at the rink, making sure everything's taken care of. Skates are sharp and laundry's
Getting
washed.
your food for you on the bus.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they do so much, and a lot of it goes unnoticed to a lot of people. But yeah, they mean a lot to us.
Who's the toughest guy you've skated and competed against in professional hockey?
The toughest guy. I mean, overall, I would say the toughest guy is probably Daniel Maggio on our team right now. I mean, I've seen a few videos of him and the things that he can do, and
sure,
he's kind of a scary guy, but really he's a softy off the ice. So
what about Mr. Left Hook, your goalie?
That was incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Dropped him one punch.
We were like,
one punch.
Look at that jab, man.
I'm showing Joe, I'm like, check this out. Woo! Boom.
Yeah, no, he's never fought or thrown a punch at a person before that.
You're kidding me? No way.
Yeah.
No, he had
it down pat, man.
He had a classic jab, man. We were like, you're kidding me. He's never thrown a punch before?
No, I think he's watched Rocky 3 once, but other than that, no, that's about it.
That was so fluid, man.
Yeah.
He looked like, we were like, I told Dave, I said, man, I bet he boxed a little bit when he was young, man. That's incredible, man.
And then the week later, he gets the first comment goal from a goalie.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
he's having a lot of fun playing hockey, so, I mean, good for him.
Now, when you look across the ice, tomorrow night against the Cyclones, looking at their roster, you can give them a little bit of respect, but is there something that concerns you with their team that when you look at them or something you guys really have to watch for and game plan for?
No, not really. I mean, we always talk about playing our own game, and
sure,
it's been a long stretch during the regular season that we struggled, but everything's starting to come around now, and the fact that we're dialing it in defensively. I mean, we've had no problem scoring goals. We've been one of the top offensive teams all year. So
sure.
The fact that we've been able to just dial in our details defensively, it's made such a huge difference. And being able to shut down
the old wooden adage, we need to worry about our own game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Play our game.
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony, let's talk about your camp.
Yeah, so I have a Komets hockey camp going on here. It's going to be June 26th, I believe, here in Fort Wayne. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have players, myself, a few current guys, and maybe a couple former come in, help run the camp, try and make it as special as possible for all the kids. We're going to do...
well, we got a lot of guys here you can get on. Ian Boyce, Fletch, all these guys.
Yeah, hopefully, get a few of those guys in to come and talk to the kids. I'll let them stay off the ice. I don't want them to have to go out there, work too hard. But, it's going to be...
even if they just come talk.
Yeah, just getting the kids to understand,
hasn't it been like 10 years since we've had a Komet camp?
Yeah, something.
Wow.
10, 12 years, and so being able
That's
to...
great for the community.
Yeah,
it is great. Now, what's the age level on that, Anthony?
I think it goes up to about 16. I think we're going to be is like the ideal age. Mm-hmm. There's, it's pretty open to anyone, any skill level. We'll have multiple ice sessions for different skills and different ages, so the kids will be able to get the best experience and actually learn something out of it while also being able to interact and feel like they're a part of the Komets.
I forget, is it a one-day camp or is it a week camp?
No, it's a full week, June 26th through the 30th.
Okay.
So it's a full week, and they'll get a whole little game day experience on Friday, kind of feel like it is for us on a game day.
And this is how this interview came about. He called in for Custom Apparel to do his shirts.
Sure.
And I'm like, well... I'm talking to the captain here. I need you on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, so it works out for everyone,
Well, that's great that you can give back, and these kids can look up to you because what a journey with the hockey, man. You ever take a moment and step back and think of the journey to start skating at 3?
You're still doing it.
And to go play the junior hockey, to go away at 16, to go play at Vermont. You're still playing for the Komets. You ever get a moment to kind of step back and think about your journey?
Yeah. I mean, I like to try and, at least a couple times a year, just take a quick moment, whether it's, on the bench before a game or, even after, just, sit there and you just look around and just see, hey, like I'm getting to play pro hockey in front of, 9,000, 10,000 people a night. And
the greatest city of the there is, Fort Wayne.
Yeah, so it's...
And that's what, it sounds like the Komets are trying to make you like an old-time Komet, that you're going to be here for good.
Yeah, do you think you'll settle in because, the Komets really want to get behind you with these camps and stuff, and like Dave says, they kind of want you to really have a presence in the community.
Yeah, they've put a lot of, trust and faith in me being here for 6 years now, so, I've been happy with my time here, and, Dave, Michael... Sproat, they always make sure I'm taken care of, and I reciprocate by trying to do what I can on the ice, then also being a good presence in the community, and just working with kids and just anything in general to help grow the game and grow Komet hockey.
And to stay here after Komet hockey.
Yeah. I do have the house here now, so
So you have a house of yourself.
Yep. Yeah.
So Benton, you're just like Benton.
There you go.
You bought a house.
Yeah, bought a house, committed to the Fort Wayne lifestyle.
That's what we want to hear.
That's what we like to hear. The 260, baby. Well, we're going to do a little bit of rapid fire with you now. We have a little segment where we like to kind of personalize our guests. So, obviously, the busy schedule, playoff hockey. When you've got your downtime, what are you watching on Netflix right now?
Oh, Netflix. Nothing on Netflix. Oh, man. I don't even really watch that many TV shows. Let's say Mandalorian on Disney Plus. There we go. There we go. How about that?
So in your time here, what has become your favorite place to eat? Because we have a lot, but everybody has their standard they go to.
We got a couple of go-to places, like the factory. The wife really likes for the prime rib, but
best prime rib there is.
It's delicious.
Yeah, but my personal favorite's been Club Soda.
That's where Brummy's at tonight.
Yeah. Club Soda, yeah. It's a great choice.
Yeah.
When you're working out or getting ready for a big match, what are you listening to?
No music.
No music.
You don't listen? No music?
No, there's no music when you're getting up and down the ice, right?
That's thinker.
Yeah.
Thinker.
Wow. Never had that answer before.
No.
Interesting.
Years of playing hockey all the way up. What's your greatest sports moment?
Greatest sports moment. Playing?
Anything.
Well, I think probably winning that Kelly Cup here on home ice. It's, everyone always talked about how, guys that have been here that have won, they say how special it is to win in Fort Wayne.
And once you win in Fort Wayne, you're a god here.
Yeah, so, just being able to win back in 2021 and hold the cup and skate around the ice, I was probably the fourth guy to get the cup and skate around. And
wow,
that building's still going nuts. All 10, 11,000 people going
Can
crazy.
You feel it?
Look in the camera. To everybody out there watching, to the young kids out there watching that want to play professional hockey, you've made it, you've done it. What did it take for you to get here, Anthony? And give them some advice.
Well, all it is just perseverance. Sometimes people say you're too small, you're too slow, but you know what? If they think you're too slow, get a little bit faster. If they think you're too small, hit the guy that's bigger than you a little harder. So, all it's going to take is work. Nothing's ever easy. You're going to get kicked a few times, but all that matters is how you bounce back.
It's fantastic,
Great
Dave.
answer.
Great answer. The captain.
Really appreciate it, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
I really do.
Thank you, Anthony. The captain, Dave, and they're going to be back in the jungle tomorrow night. Game 4. A huge game tomorrow night for the Komets, so let's hope they get done.
Are we sold out? Do you know?
I've heard about 9,000 are out right now.
Okay,
Let's
good.
go.
That's going to be rocking then.
Yeah, well, congratulations on making it all the success with the Komets, Anthony. We're looking forward to Game 4 tomorrow night. And, Dave, we're looking forward to the first annual draft live stream in the 260. Coming up next, we're going to take a couple minutes for a break, and then we're going to start it up, Sonar. The first annual 260 NFL draft live stream coming up next on the 260.
It's the 260 Podcast, live from Spiece Fieldhouse every Thursday at 7 p.m., highlighting all Indiana sports, featuring guests from the 260 area code and beyond. Live on YouTube every Thursday at 7 p.m. Just search the 260, also available anywhere you find your podcasts. And remember, when searching, there are no zeros in the 260. It's the 260 Podcast, live from Spiece Fieldhouse every Thursday at 7 p.m.